Hi everyone! Welcome to another cooking video. Today is going to be the last Filipino meal that we're gonna make for this series. Of course, I saved the best for last. Today we're going to be making pork adobo. That has to be one of my favorite Filipino food. I crave it every single week, and today I'm actually craving it. So without further ado, I can't wait to make this meal. Let's get started. Stay tuned for a taste test. Okay, so the only two veggies we need today, one red onion and garlic. Not sure yet how much we're going to use. We're gonna see, as always, portion them to the meat we want to use, what we need. For the sauces, we are going to need soy sauce, and I have the Silver Swan soy sauce. And we also need vinegar. This is also Filipino vinegar. We're also going to need oyster sauce. And for flavoring, we need salt and pepper. I am going to add a little bit of adobo mix to this recipe, so we're gonna need that. We're also going to need bay leaves. We're gonna add a little bit of brown sugar to our recipe, so we do need that. And for our meat, we're gonna be using pork belly. The first thing we're gonna do, as always, is cut our veggies. I have our knife here, a little container for our trash so that we can clean as we go. And we are going to be slicing in small pieces today, as small as we can. So we are going to start with our onions as always. I'm going to use half of our onions. I think it will be enough for the meat we're going to use. I'm going to cut it in half. Put that one back. I think half of a red onion is gonna be enough for this recipe. We can always add more if we need. In small pieces. A lot of people also like the chicken adobo. Just really prefer pork adobo. I don't know. I just always liked it better than chicken adobo. In the comments below, do you like pork adobo or chicken adobo more? Just cutting it in really tiny pieces. I don't want it to be in the way of the meat, so I'd rather have it like super tiny. Okay. So now let's put it back in our plate. Now that we have our onions all sliced up, let's cut up our meat so that we can marinate it with its sauce. And it has a few minutes to marinate while we cut up our garlic. So let's do that first. Pork belly. Make sure to wash your meat first. We're going to cut them in not small pieces, but medium-sized pieces. The thickness is actually enough to just cut them in cubes. So we're gonna do that. Have our little bowl here to marinate it in. It's really good to use pork belly as the meat for adobo because the fat is actually a big part of adobo, and a lot of people like the fat. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be using all of this. close my eyes and I can see. Say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. Night alive. Actually, I think we're gonna be using all four. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams, it's all it's gonna take. And a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. Oh, perfect. Okay, now let's put them in our bowl. Put our meat in. Lots of meat. Okay, now let's put some marinade sauce. First, we're gonna put a little bit of soy sauce, not too much because it might get salty. Let's add our oyster sauce. Oyster sauce is such a big recipe for Filipino food. Add a little bit of salt. Pepper. Mix it all together. Try to get all the meat marinated in the sauce. The sauce is at the bottom, so make sure that the meat is absorbing the sauce. We're gonna set this aside while we slice up our garlic so that the meat can marinate for a couple of minutes. Garlic is smaller than I thought. 3 big ones and 2 small ones. That's what we're going to use today. So excited to cook this. There's not much preparation required. We can actually cook it soon now with a little amount of preparation. Usually in Filipino recipes, there's so many vegetables involved, so the preparation is so long. But this one, we only need onions and garlic, and we can make a very delicious meal. This recipe does need brown sugar, and it is sweet pork type. A lot of the people that I talk to, when I ask them about pork adobo, they always say the sweetness is what draws them into it. We can use it later in our recipe. And I actually think this is the perfect amount of garlic that we're going to use. Meat looks like before we cook it. Now we get to move this party to the stove. Hey guys, welcome to the stove. Here's our onions and garlic, our meat. For this part, we're gonna need our vinegar and bay leaves. I'm gonna use my favorite pot. Use a pot with a lid on it. We're gonna put our heat to medium and add a little bit of vegetable oil. We're gonna wait till our pot is a little heated, then we're gonna add in our vegetables to saute it. Okay guys, our pot is now heated. We're gonna go ahead and add in our veggies. First, let's put our onions in. Mix that. Let's go ahead and add in our garlic. I love the smell. Go ahead and add in our meat. Don't pour the entire bowl of meat in there so that we can save the marinated sauce underneath. Let's mix all that meat. Amazing. We have a little bit of marinated sauce that we can add onto the meat. And then we're gonna cover it for a couple of minutes before we add on all the things we need to add. See you guys. Okay guys, let's open it up and add brown sugar in. Might need to add a little bit more later, but we're gonna just let this sit first. It smells so good. We're gonna close it back up again and check on it in a couple of minutes. Now let's open it back up and add in our water. And then let's add in our bay leaves. Add a little bit of brown sugar. Some adobo mix just for taste. Close it back up for another few minutes and then we're gonna add in our vinegar. What my Lola used to do is when she adds the vinegar, she waits for it to boil back up before she stirs and mix it all together. Add our vinegar. Two. Oh my gosh, I remember that smell. Now that we have all our ingredients in, we'll just wait for it to cook so the meat is tender. See you guys in a bit. Okay y'all, we're gonna check on it. I don't think it's quite ready yet, but we're gonna do a little mixy mix. Just really want to take a peek. I wanted to take a peek and see what it looks like. The meat is going to be so tender. Okay guys, we're gonna check in on our pork adobo. I'm pretty sure it should be good by now, but it does take 45 minutes to an hour to have the meat tenderized, and it's been close to 40 minutes. So we're gonna check on them, mix, and do a little bit of taste test, see what we need to add, see how it looks. It looks pretty good. Okay, I'll show you guys what it looks like now. That's how it looks. Just perfect color for adobo. We're gonna give it 5 more minutes and that will be our final one, and then we'll get to do a taste test. Now I'm excited to plate it and actually do an official taste test. Let's see. Oh my god. Yes, it looks amazing. So freaking excited to do this taste test, so let's get into it. Time it took for us to cook the meat is about 45 minutes. You can stretch it out to an hour to make sure the meat is super duper tender. A little bit of the sauce. Hey y'all, we have our cooked pork adobo, our finished product. Finally, it looks phenomenal. So now we're going to move back to the station and do our official taste test. Oh my gosh, you guys. Wait for this taste test. Super excited to try our first time making pork adobo. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Of course, I would need my rice here. As a true Filipino, I need to have rice with my adobo. Okay, let's now do our official taste test. Put a little bit of the sauce on the rice. Cheers. Absolutely amazing. That is how you do that. We did in this video, the recipe and the procedure, follow it because it turned out so good. 45 minutes on the pot with all the ingredients we use. The type of meat is also so important. Do all those things and you will get really good adobo. I know we kind of just winged it a little bit, but we did a very good job because it turned out so delicious. I'm proud of myself for making this as my first time. We absolutely killed this one. And if you guys are interested in the full ingredients and full procedure, I did write it all down, so let me know in the comments below if you want me to share that with you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on my TikTok and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time.